Hi guys, in this video we will discuss about generic lambdas in C++14. Lambdas were introduced in C++11. Is also known as anonymous function because it does not have any name. It accepts parameters and returns a value. It has a function body but it does not have a name. These are generally defined in line when we don't need a reusable function. But there was a problem with the lambda functions. We need to provide the type of the parameters while defining its body. Suppose this is a lambda function, it accepts two integer values and returns a sum of those integers. So return value will be integer. Suppose we want another lambda function that accepts two double values and it should add them and return them. Then in that case we need to define a separate lambda function. To overcome this problem, generic lambdas were introduced in C++14. Let's see. So this is a syntax of generic lambda. In this we can provide auto as the type of the parameters. The actual type of these parameters will be reduced based on the values passed as an argument when this lambda function is called. So we have stored this lambda function is variable at, and while invoking this lambda function we have passed two double values 5.5 and 10.4. It will add those values and return a double value. Suppose if we pass two integer values like 5 and 10, then the type of a and b will be reduced as integer and it will add those integers and return a integer value. And now suppose we pass two string values in this like hi and there. Then the type of a and b will be reduced as strings. It will concatenate these two strings and return a string value. Like here we have created the similar lambda function, but instead of passing integer or double we have passed two string values. It will concatenate these two strings and return a string value. Now let's see a practical example. This is our lambda function that accepts two integers and return a integer value. Now if we run this code, it will return a integer value 15. Now if we pass some decimal values in 5.7 and 10.1, and if we try to run it, it will say error because it cannot convert from double to integer. What if we change the value to auto? In that case it will work fine and the output will be 15.8, that is a double value. Let's see another example in which we have two string values and we have used the same lambda function. If we try to run this code, it will return a string value by concatenating the two given string values. So same lambda function can work with integer, double or string values. Now why this is useful? This is useful when we are planning to use generic lambda functions with generic algorithms like std sort. Suppose we have a vector of integers. Now we want to sort this vector of integers in a decreasing order. For this we need to pass a comparator. Inside this comparator it will accept two parameters and return true if the first parameter is greater than the second. If we use this comparator, then it will sort the vector in decreasing order. We can confirm this by running this code. It sorted the vector in decreasing order. So here we have used a generic lambda function. Now suppose instead of vector of integers we have a vector of strings like this. Then we can use the same generic lambda function as a comparator to sort this vector of strings in decreasing order. We can confirm this by running this code. it sorted the vector of strings in decreasing order. So the generic lambda functions are useful when we want to reuse a lambda function at different places. Sometimes it can be used with integers or double or with any custom objects. Another advantage is many times in the big projects we use namespace. So sometimes parameter type becomes very large. So to solve these problems we can use the auto. So in C++14 generic lambdas were introduced to enhance the functionality of a lambda function. If you like this video, then please subscribe to our channel and press the like button.